We are in the Uintas. First time of the year for me. Anyone else?
Yep,
first
same.
backpacking trip ever.
We've got a first-time backpacker here, so we are at the trailhead to go up to Allsop Lake. What is the name of this trailhead, anyways?
It's like
East Fork Bear River.
East Fork Bear River Trailhead. So let's do it. So we got Blake right here.
Howdy.
Did Middle Basin with him a while back and rode Canyon down at what's now Bears Ears National Monument last year.
Good times.
We got Jackson.
Hello.
And
First time with all these guys. Looking forward to it.
first timer is Britt. And then Adam from the Highline Trail last year.
Hey!
Adam is back. Got 3 ways to go right here. Got the Bear River Smith Fork right here. Interpretive Trail to the right. We are staying down the middle here for East Fork Bear River. They have hiker segregation on this trail too. Horses one way, hikers the other way. Old rundown cabin, what's left of it. A tree inside of a cabin.
Pasture food cows.
Moo. A shot of Mount Beluga. Pretty little meadow. Actually, it's a big meadow. We're getting ready to cross the official boundary to the High Uintas Wilderness.
How many total hours of video did you have from the highlight?
So we finally have a visual of how close we are to the lake, which sits right at the top of the, drainage here, up in the bowl below the cirque there. So beautiful up here. Nice shot of the cathedral right there. Such a beautiful view up here. The lake's gotta pop out any second now. Just waiting to catch a glimpse of it. Hey, we are getting our first glimpses of the lake right here. The edge. Allsop Lake. There. Backpacking with llamas. Oh, there she is. Allsop Lake. I think we found ourselves a winter site here. It's not perfect because a little bit wet around the fire ring, but we might be able to make it work as long as smoke doesn't get all over our faces on the same side. There's a picture of the lake out there. Beautiful view. And I think I'm gonna pop my tent right in this little spot here. So camp's all set up. Got a nice view out to the lake out there.
Shepherd's pie one.
Clouds are still lingering around. Here's Jackson's tarp tent, Stratospire 2. Stratospire 2, right?
2 people, yeah.
Yep. And Big Agnes Copper Spur, right? From Adam. There, and I believe, what did he convince Brett to get? What's that?
Black Angus.
The Black Angus steak tent. It's a Big Agnes seed house. Cool. And then Blake has removed himself from the group and set up his Hennessy hammock out there. So we're all just
I could have made it do.
gathering around, getting dinner going, trying to get warmed up with some warm dinners.
You need a fire.
Yeah, we do need a fire going. So for dinner, for me and Blake has been kind enough to
Sharing the spoils.
share this out. This is gonna be something new for us. At Walmart, they have this curried couscous with almonds and cranberries. Supposedly cooks in 5 minutes. It's got a little seasoning packet in there, and yeah, just get to boil 1 3/4 cups of water, empty it into the pot, and throw in the seasoning and stir it up, and then put the pot into the cozy, which I have ready to go right here and here, and we're gonna see how that turns out. We're also gonna mix some chicken in to spread it out and add some protein to it. Alright, here we go. Couscous, cranberries, almonds. Here goes the curry. Open up the chicken. Gotta get chicken.
Are you doing chicken curry?
Huh?
Way to go.
Heck yeah. Alright. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Here we go. We're testing it out. Curried chicken, almonds, and cranberries. It's good. You like curry? It's pretty good.
All right.
I like curry. This is good news.
This is good food in the backcountry. Sorry, Mountain House. This beats you.
Priya's delicacy was dog.
Dog. The Philippines had dog too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Favorite thing you saw? Favorite part of the trail? Whatever you want to say.
Favorite thing I saw was the rain stop.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
I might have to steal that one.
That's the best part. When that rain stopped. The most I've ever hiked in the rain in the Uintas or any backpacking trip.
I really liked the meadows a little bit below this lake where the creek was winding through. We had a little bit of sunshine for a bit, and I guess it was still raining at the same time. It's kind of weird, but it was just a really pretty view, and there were a lot of nice flowers and everything, so definitely mine.
I'm with Jackson. It was the meadow down below this lake, all the wildflowers. The rain had kind of stopped, and so there was kind of a unique light in the meadow. It was just beautiful with the winding river and the sparkling flowers from the dew of the rain. That was cool.
This is my first real trip, so I was just happy that I made it here.
He survived.
Mostly dry from the shins up.
Nice. Yeah, I think we got a theme going. We all liked when the rain stopped and got in those meadows. The sun came out, lit up the wildflowers in the meadow, and lit up the mountains up in the circuit up here around Allsop Lake. But I gotta say, like, it was really pretty starting out. The beginning of the trail, there was just tons of flowers just all over the side of the trail up there, just super colorful. This was a good day, despite all the rain. Still better than being down in back home where it's like 100, 101 degrees for the weekend. So we're
Adam's cooking was pretty good too.
chilling here, and yeah.
You ate my food?
Not Adam's cooking. Will's cooking.
My curry backpacking dish I brought from Walmart. All right. We'll
Adam's was stupid.
wake up in the morning and see what the weather does, and maybe go get up on some ridges, and if the weather's nice, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Well, it's morning time, day 2 of this 3-day trip. Jackson and I are gonna head around the lake here and actually go scout up a route up to a pass up here over the ridge. We were thinking about, original plan and idea was to actually pack up all our stuff and head up this pass and go camp out at Preord Lake on the other basin tomorrow night, next basin over. But we're pretty cozy with our camp back there, and we're gonna leave it up for the night, I think, and that's gonna allow us the opportunity to shoot up the ridge behind us in the morning for views down into Dead Horse Lake and all that, potentially. So in the meantime, we're just light hiking it with just a little essentials, and the other guys, Blake, Adam, and Brett, they were later getting up, so I think they're gonna hang back and get some breakfast themselves, and then Blake's got the route on his phone, so I'm sure he can lead them up along the way, catch up with us somewhere up there. So anyways, it is absolutely beautiful morning here. Sun's out and warming things up, hopefully dry things off pretty quick. including our shoes. And yeah, so here we go. Jackson was just noticing out in the middle of the lake here, you can see the undercurrent of the stream kind of winding through there. It's like an underground river, or a underwater river. Alright, so we are making progress. We're gonna just descend down here. I think we're gonna pick our way, pick a line to go up to this little ridge line right here, and that might be about as far as we go. See what the view is from up there. Alright, so we're at the bottom of this little drainage here, and we were aiming for up here, but we're actually going to change our mind and go to the left and go up for this little notch here. That's actually the official route that I have marked out on my map, even though the other way looked a little easier from back where we were a minute ago. Even if you look at the Forest Service 2016 version, they show the route going up through here. According to that map, there's a trail, but there's no trail. I don't even think we'll find cairns going up here. Spider webs up here all over the place. Watch your hand and step if you're an arachnophobe. Here's two spiders competing for the same territory. One there and one there. This one's the winner though. It got some food. Made it to the top of the ridge here, but lots of cliffs right here. According to my map, we should be able to descend right down here on this edge, but I don't like the look of that little cliff stuff. We can kind of see a little trail down here that may come around this other side here, so I think we're going to make our way over there, drop down a little bit the way we came up, and then traverse across and come out to the top over there and have a look and see how, if it looks any easier to get down a little bit, because it would be cool to at least get out to a point out here where we can see, look down in and have a look at Preord Lake and all that up in there. Let's go find out. Alright, we came down a little bit from the notch we were on. We're gonna shoot up this little notch and see what it looks like at the top up there. See if this is a winner. You ever wonder what happens to balloons when they go up into the sky, never to be seen again? Well, this one's being seen again. Wow. Guess I'll do my part, clean up this little bit of litter. Well, Blake's joined us. He's gonna meet us over on round number 3, trying to find the right way over this ridge. You're right, I think this is much more of a trail around here. Alright, so we made it up another spot in the ridge, and I think this is, for Jackson and I, this is the third attempt, and third time's the charm, because this definitely looks like the route over, and not nearly as sketchy and cliffy going down there. Just keeping low to the talus and scree, and turns into more of a sheep trail down here, out and over, and then it drops down in by Northeast Lake, and then ultimately over to Preord Lake, which neither can be seen because they're right behind this ridge right here. And then up over this ridge on the back side here is Amethyst Basin, Amethyst Lake and all that. We are on the hunt for a view of Preord and Northeast Lakes. So I guess we'll follow this ridge as long as we can until we can get the right angle. Here's the cathedral right here. It can be summited, but I think the easier way is to come up from the other side of it. Otherwise you're messing with these cliffs up here that look too sketchy. Or those cliffs right at the top, that is. There's Allsop Lake. There's our camp. You can see Adam's tent right there. What a view.
About 900 feet.
What a view. need to do a panorama real quick before we go. Have to get closer up to the cathedral up there to look down and get a view down at Preord Lake and Norris Lake. And if it wasn't for all the storms, we'd actually go down there maybe and around this cairn to get a shot from around the edge of that ridge there. But it is monsoon season and there are storms forecast for today, and you can see them building up all around us to the north here and everywhere else, and they're just clouds are picking up everywhere, so I think it's time to head back down. Well, we made it back down. It's hailing out. Made it down, back down to the lake, back to camp. On the way around the lake, we stopped and chatted with a couple wilderness rangers here. They were the ones actually with the llamas that packed up here last night, so between us and the rangers, we're the only ones that I know of that are up here, and it's Saturday. And right after getting back to camp and having lunch, the storms wrapped around us and just unleashed lots of hail that just went over, and now it's quieted back down. Lots of lightning and thunder out there happening though, and just hanging out in the tents now, just relaxing, maybe do some reading, maybe watch some videos, maybe just fall asleep and have a nap. I don't know. Very relaxing though. The storm's calmed down, rain stopped, and looks like weather's starting to improve a little bit. So I have jumped out of the tent and I'm gonna do a little fishing now. Looks like the fish are pretty active behind me here, so I'm gonna see if I can take advantage of it. I had some success with them last night, so let's see what we can pull out now. Well, this'll go good with dinner. Alright, for dinner we're trying another pack of this Walmart stuff. This is called bulgur. I have no idea what that is, but it's got peas, corn, mango, and black beans in it. And then we're gonna try it with some tuna fish tossed in. So here it goes. Alright, Blake gets to try this one first.
Alright.
What is this? Bulgar?
Bulgar.
What I could do, but to the brink that they go. They do.
Yeah, that's good.
The environment, like you get the people that won't even last one night. Like I'm out.
You're experimenting with different seasonings here. This fish is lemon pepper, some Greek, I think it's called Cavender's, something like that. This one's gonna be Criolla. Is that how you say it? Criolla or Crioli? Creole. Creole. And this is a mix of the Greek and the Creole.
I put a ribeye steak in there with some Tony's. That turned out pretty good.
Nice.
In tinfoil.
That'd be good.
What was the best thing you saw today?
Best thing I saw, the little ledge over there. The photo opportunity is awesome. Kind of this vertical drop. You have the ledge, the mountains, and the sun. So the photo op.
Cool.
I liked the same thing Adam did, but it was also fun to see the mountain goat up on the top there, way up there, and thought they were going to die falling off that ledge.
No kidding. I don't know how they don't slip.
I know.
My favorite was when we came down from the pass we were at, and then we were in this nice little valley with this pretty little series of cascades coming down, wildflowers, birds chirping. Nice sunny day before it rained. It was great. Loved it over there.
Awesome.
My favorite part too was going up to the top of the saddle behind me. Getting down in that moraine kind of reminded me of getting in the glaciers and there's the wildflowers and the streams. It was really pretty. I also really enjoyed my 3-hour nap today during the rainstorm. So I don't get many of those anymore, so that was nice.
That was pretty good, huh? My favorite part of the day was, man, it's a toss-up. Getting on that ridge up there when we finally found it after 3 attempts.
One attempt
And that was beautiful. Not looking down the other side, but looking back down where we're camped here, down in the Allsop area. That was just gorgeous. And then I think just coming back, going up to it before we had to climb up, going through the little mini valley over there and seeing those Cascade Falls and all that coming back. That was of course really pretty too, and yeah. And then just relax into the rainstorm like Blake said. I don't think I fell asleep for so long, but I did fall asleep for a little bit. And that was nice, just chilling out, listening to all the thunder and lightning all around. It's day 3, last day of the trip. I've woken up early against all reason. It's just after 6 o'clock, and I am just heading back up around the upper edge of the lake up here. There's a waterfall we saw from across the lake yesterday that didn't get up to while we were there, and I just want to get some other pictures up here before the sun comes out so I can get more motion blur on this camera. You know, the waterfall blur effect. So yeah, things I wake up early for. Well, I'm made it back from my morning picture hunt. I'm gonna start calling that now. I went picture hunting this morning. on the other side of the lake up to the waterfall up above, and weaved my way back, and I'm about back to camp now. Go check in with the guys and get some breakfast going. So incredibly gorgeous up here though. You just can't go wrong. Every time I go up one of these Uinta basins, I think, oh, this has got to be the most spectacular basin I've been in. Then I go into another one and that wows me, and they're just all equally beautiful. And they're all so unique. So many different little natural treasures, I'll call it. Just, you know, whether it be a little trickling brook, patch of flowers in a meadow, these lakes and reflections, the rigid peaks above them, and they all have all these special spots. And we're spoiled in Utah, that's all I gotta say. So beautiful. Probably the best time of the day up here, the morning time. Leaving camp now. After packing up, having breakfast. The other guys, Jackson, Brett, and Adam, they took off. Got an hour lead on Blake and I, because Blake got some great pictures yesterday, and I really wanted to go check out the same spot. There's these beautiful little pink flowers in this little meadow, so we took another jaunt up there, and a bit strenuous, but it's cost us about an hour, so yeah, we gotta make up an hour to catch up with the other guys. Otherwise they're just gonna have a nice break back at the car waiting for us, but we're on our way. Skies are looking clear. Don't see any threat of any storms to hit us on our way down. Of course that could change within an hour, but I think we're gonna be alright today. Beautiful shot of the cathedral. Got the moon above the saddle there. Not sure if this part has a name. Probably not. That's a waterfall you don't want to try and go down to. Alright, well, we just pulled over for a brief break. Get a little bit of water and a snack here at the fork where Allsop Lake Trail and Preord Lake Trail splits off the fork here, and that means we have almost exactly 4 miles left back to the car. We're now just crossed over the boundary to the wilderness area, so making more progress. This has been such an awesome trip. So fun hanging out with the guys. New Blake, new Adam. First time meeting up with Jackson and Adam's friend Brett. And yeah, I think we all enjoyed it. Excited to get back home to our families though. It's always bittersweet leaving such beautiful areas on these kind of trips. You know, it's sad to, you have to leave such a beautiful, amazing setting up there. As sad as that is, we're also always excited to get back home to family and catch up with them and share pictures and video with them and dream about bringing the wife and our kids up when they're older another day, another year, so they can see and experience these amazing places as well. I was just telling Blake earlier, we are so spoiled here in Utah. I mean, living along the Wasatch Mountains is pretty cool in itself, and if you had just the Wasatch Range, there's a lot of beauty to be had there. You couldn't complain if that's all that we had in this state, but throw in the Uintas with all of their dozens of long, massive basins. This one we just did being just one of many of them. And then throw in all the stuff down in southern Utah with the deserts, the slot canyons, all the creeks and everything that run down in the desert down there. Places like Bears Ears, Escalante, all the national parks, and just goes on. And all here in Utah, all within, you know, 4-hour drive to access most of it from where I live anyways. Ridiculously blessed and fortunate to live here and be an outdoor enthusiast. We truly have spectacular scenery out here, such diversity between all the landscapes and environments out here. One thing about this trail in this area, all the way up to Allsop Lake and above, is the cows. Cow poop everywhere. And I just stepped in that one, trying to get a picture, not paying attention to where I was walking. Guess it was inevitable with how much there is up here. That's the only downside to this trail, is how much cow poop there is and how much it smells in certain spots. It's worth it. I lied. There's 2 negative things about this trail. The first one being the cow poop, but perhaps worse at times is all the mud and marsh that you have to sludge through. This stuff is everywhere along the trail. Sometimes you can keep your shoes clean and dry and get across a lot of those mud pots by hopping along the rocks that stick out above them. But other sections of the trail, you just go through it. I almost lost one of my shoes further up trail, and yep. Here's the reason for all the cow poop all over the trail. Yeah. Better be nice to the cattle back there. Blake's gotten a bit ahead because I keep stopping back for pictures, and I feel vulnerable. Don't want to cause a stampede, make him mad. Passing the cabin. This section of trail looks like it was victim of a forest fire at one point. Have to go look that up and see if there's any information on when the fire was through here. You can see all the burn marks on some of the downed trees and some burn scars on some of the upright dead trees. In the meantime, there's a storm chasing us. Trying to beat it. Right on our tail though, and trying to beat the storm here and hoping to get out of here unscathed without having to stop and bust out all the rain gear again. Final mile is quite pretty as well. Just flowers loaded on the side here. Trailhead in sight now. Kind of. Just behind the trees again. Yeah, about 2 more minutes ought to do it. And there is the trailhead. Everybody's waiting for me. Officially done. Jumping in the car, ready to head out. Alright, so the trip is over. We're all getting our cars now. Jackson, favorite part of the trip?
Whole trip.
What you liked about it?
Man.
Or final thoughts?
Yeah, well, everything was great. I actually enjoyed the rainstorms in the afternoon. I thought those were cool. Walking through it was nice after everything had finally dried out. You can look back on it and it's awesome. So just all those experiences together, it's just a great trip. Happy to have been able to go.
Final thoughts of this trip. It was a perfect Uinta trip. Got some showers. Got to actually test some of the rain gear. See how I survived with the gear in the rain. It's been, I don't think I've ever been tested that way. So that was nice. Weather was perfect. I like the rain showers, excuse for a nap. I love the wildflowers up in the basin. I don't know, it was just good. Met some new friends. Had a good time chatting around the campfire. All in all, it's a winner. So good.
Awesome.
The lake was pretty cool. The cirque and the mountains behind it. So just sitting back and enjoying the scenery, checking off another basin.
For my first trip, it was a blast. Enjoyed the mountain, the lake up there. I was really happy that coming out, my knee didn't hurt. That was a bonus for me. So yeah, it was awesome. New friends, new adventures. Looking forward to doing it again.
All right, great trip. Final thoughts for me after saying bye to the guys would be that beyond what I've already said earlier is that was a spectacular little basin. I was not expecting it to be quite so beautiful up top there. But I think one of my favorite parts is probably just Sunday, or not Sunday, today's Sunday, Friday, going up after the rain started to break away, having that sunlight come out and light up all the meadows with all the droplets glistening across the meadows and the flowers. Just really made it a really peaceful setting as we hiked up through, getting up to our camp up in the upper reaches of the trail there. That's always a really special experience, just being up in a place like that when the storm, after a storm passes, and it's like a newness of life and everything as everything starts to take up the sunlight again. And anyways, hard to describe, but if you've been through it, you know what it's like. So favorite parts were Friday after the storm passed, getting up to our camp, getting up on the ridge and getting the upper basin above the lake. Yesterday morning was absolutely spectacular and beautiful. Catching fish was fun. Cooking fish was delicious. Forgot to mention that the fish we cooked last night was absolutely amazing. Mixing in the Greek seasoning and the Crayola was just awesome. It's probably my favorite spice that we tried on the 4 different fish. So I'll have to do that more often. And then this morning was kind of pretty going up through the morning picture hunt, coming down, got lots of good pictures, at least I hope they're good. And then hiking back up with Blake to another little meadow with some flowers and the beautiful backdrop of Yard Peak and the mountains behind it. That was really, really pretty. And yeah, good trip. Excited to hopefully make this an annual meetup and we can get out and see where we go next year. In the meantime, gonna head back home, spend the evening with my wife and kids, and my sister's in town from Arizona, so it'll be fun to visit with her, and we'll check in next time. Hoping to do Delano Peak and the Tushers next weekend for a night, and also spend some time with family down in Torrey with the in-laws and all that. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe here if you haven't, and watch more right here.